JICA PNG. JICA stands for Japanese International Cooperation Agency. So, on behalf of the Correctional Service, Miss Emma-san, thank you for your presence here and made my travel and training possible. Without further ado, I'll go through the PowerPoint presentation which I've done in Japan. Japan, they call it a prefecture. We call it provinces, but in Japan they call it prefecture. So one of the prefecture that United Nations training center is Akishima. That's where we were there. So the topic that there were 20 international participants. So out of the 20, me and the other police superintendent Warwick. Yep. Warwick Shimata. We were there. So the topic itself was basically to do with the prison environment. And some of the participants they came were like from prosecution, from probation, from parole, and majority were the correctional service. And discussion was very interesting, and training was very interesting, and we exchanged our views, ideas, and we learned so much in there. And this sort of training should be more important to the correctional service as far as I have noticed. So I'll go through the rundown through the PowerPoint presentation. Topic title is preventing inmate abuse and corruption in correctional facilities and fostering a rehabilitative prison environment. So I believe Mr. Eko and talking about the prison industry environment, they are in better position about these programs. Okay. Sorry, I won't go through these things, but sorry for the photo of Mr. Laget because I couldn't find any proper photo for him. That's why I just put this one on there. And during the presentation, I did only represent the beauty. But when it came to the discussion, I represented Papua New Guinea Correctional Service. Because I was talking about what I feel and see and observe in the beauty prison environment. But when there was a time for discussion and presentation, answering questions, it was on a national perspective. So presentation outline is introduction, studies of inmate abuse and corruption in detention facilities in PNG, legal framework and practices, identification of challenges and their causes, proposed solution, selected key topics and conclusion. Introduction. Prior to the PowerPoint presentation, they have given this topic and we did the short essay. So that is what it means by individual presentation. IP paper that I've written prior to this PowerPoint presentation. So it addresses the theme, the topic that I've talked, written there. And the paper provides the current situation, the legal framework, challenges and causes, proposed solutions concerning inmate abuse and corruption in Papua New Guinea correctional facilities. Okay, studies of inmate abuse and corruption in detention facilities in PNG. Current situation. Inmate abuse and corruption are significant issues within the PNG Correctional Service. Reports of physical abuse, psychological torture, and bribery are even every day. Poor oversight and lack of resources in correctional facilities makes this problem worse. Inmates often face harsh conditions including overcrowding, poor sanitation, limited access to basic needs, which can increase tension and lead to more abuse. Okay, this is one of the example. Actually, he got the problem outside, maybe involved in a car theft in Goroka for the Chinese people, and police must have broken his leg, or I don't know what was evidence of. While I was here, they did that. So, coming to the topic is, yes, he got the accident outside, and he came to the beauty institution, and since we do not have proper resource, proper facilities, yes, we see that he has got the biggest problem in his leg. But then, we just throw him into the cell, and he's being psychologically traumatized. And that is inmate abuse. So these are some of the problems that we are facing in the correctional service of Papua New Guinea. Legal framework. PNG Correctional Service operates under the Papua New Guinea Correctional Service Act 1995 amended 2010, which outlines the rights of inmates and responsibilities of correctional officers. Additionally, PNG Constitution guarantees the protection of human rights, including the rights of prisoners. Nelson Mandela's rule, which I didn't put it there, but which basically talks about the human rights and prisoners' rights as well. And practices to prevent inmate abuse and corruption, internal policies, training programs, oversight mechanisms, rotation of correctional officers. When we have the proper internal policies, and when we have more training programs and oversight mechanisms, rotation of correctional officers, that's the time there won't be any prison abuse and corruption in prison facilities. So internal policies. Correctional services rules for officers and inmates to follow. Checks the facilities regularly. They punishes those who break the rules. Example, if a guard is caught taking bribes, they might be suspended or fired after an investigation. So this is not happening. Like myself in duty, it's not happening. Because everyone is compromising their professional life with the inmates. So when it happens, it's causing inmate abuse. You give him, Calabus give him money, lolo, officers, because officers, some of them they are bankrupt. Bankrupt in a sense that net is problem. So then that warrants them to deal with the prisoners to access prisoners' rations. So this is what happened. So training programs for correctional officers. Correctional officers are regularly trained on human rights and how to behave ethically to prevent abuse and corruption. Example, officers attend workshops where they can learn about the importance of treating inmates with respect and the consequences of mistreatment. And it is one of the very important agenda that I could say. All officers are supposed to be having refresher course every 3 months, or maybe 6 months, or yearly, and make sure they must know what to do in the correctional facility. Since we do not have a refresher course or short course like that, so when you go and ask one of the officers in the field, what do Section 39 talks about, they will confuse. They will never give you any answer. What is Section 39? It talks about the disciplinary cases. And they won't even tell you the answer because they don't know anything about it. Because they are forgetting everything. Since they first out from Bomona and going, they are just standing there, staying there for more than some years without any sort of training. So that is causing the problem. So officers need to attend short courses. And maybe every 6 months, like sergeant course, corporal course, or commission officers course. These are the things that needs to be. Prior to the promotion, the lance corporal course must be conducted. Okay, sergeant course, because they must actually know what they are going to do after the promotion. Now the current promotion, I'm serving department for the last 9 years. October 28 will make 27 will make nine anniversary for me. I haven't seen any officers, the sergeant, doing the right job, which they are destined to. They are all over the place. They are getting promotion for nothing without any short courses. And it has to be practiced as of today, if it means to. That will help correctional service, and that will help the prisoners, and that will help the officers as well. And oversight mechanisms. The correctional service checks their own work and also get checked by human rights groups to make sure they follow the rules. Example, and an internal audit might find that some officers are not following proper procedures, leading to changes to improve compliance. There must be sort of an internal audit, so that make sure the duty officers, maybe people in the shift, if they, like the new inmates coming from the courthouse, as an OIC shift in charge has to do what is stipulated in the Local Order, CS Act, and any enabling laws that we're supposed to comply. So if it means to check, the rub-down check or whatever it is, well, it's supposed to be. Or if they go out for work party and coming back, they must have to check. But from my observation in Beauty, it never happens. That includes all other 22 prison jails in the country. It is happening right across the board. So there must be an internal audit, because that will identify the real problem, and then when it is time for doing the reform, review, these are the information that will be needed to do the review. And rotation of correctional officers. PNG correctional officers often stay in the same place for more than 5 years. Example, an officer might work at the same prison for over 5 years, which can lead to familiarity and potential issues with corruption or rotation. It is happening, of course. Some of them, like in Beauty, pass out and all go stop 20, 30 years. Now come Labunda. And one time I've asked them, have you been to other institutions in the country? Said no. Me Labunda Beauty. And they can even speak the Goroga language there. So, because when they do this, they are compromising the professional life. Professional boundary between prisoners and the officers, it's not practiced. So that's why leading to the corruption in the prison facility. Corruption between the inmates and between the officers. So in the near future, we need to rotate them. We need to rotate. That will make the work very easier for every one of us in the correctional service. And just 3 days ago, at Bomana, someone said, "Me big plalo, college." See, because he born there. So he grow up big plan, I am married up to. So he's thinking that he's from there, college, see. And then he's putting sort of like instilling some PNS in the visiting officer, see. Oh, please, good meaning, you want to talk now, but I think it, see. Like I have 100% right to live in the college as a visiting officer. But then this sort of talk come up and cause a problem. So about these things, we need to rotate these officers. Okay, identification of challenges and their causes. Overcrowding. Too many inmates in one place lead to not enough resources, bad living conditions, and more fights and stress among inmates and staff, which can cause abuse and corruption. Example, a prison built for 100 inmates might have 200, making it hard to provide enough food and space, leading to conflicts. like myself in the Butte. When was that? Last election. The police arrested 100 plus something. And everyone was put to Butte in there. And the capacity cannot hold that 100. And I question those people. Even the police too, and the defense too, they came in. Do you guys know what you guys doing? No, see, I have prisoners to look after. These are not very serious issues. You guys are supposed to deal at the police station. You guys giving more burden to us. My capacity, one cell is equivalent to 30 prisoners. And this 30 is already overcrowded. More than 30 in one cell. And how comes I'm gonna look after this again? Because police, you guys have the right to look after these guys, not correctional service. So you guys take it out. While I was arguing, some people talk on language. See, some of the real things happening. That is all about overcrowding issue and leading to inmate abuse. And some elderly or the strongest person, inmate in the prison cell can be a leader, and he can suppress the soft inmates. So that's why corruption is between the inmates is taking place. Okay, lack of resources. Not enough money and supplies mean poor facilities, bad training, and poor programs to help inmates improve, making it hard to keep the environment humane and rehabilitative. So, prison rehabilitative program is very important something. And when we do not have enough resources, it is really complicated for the officers on the ground to rehabilitate the inmates. And these are some of the issues that need to be addressed in correctional service as well today. Inadequate oversight, not having strong checks and balance allows abuse and corruption to go unnoticed and unpunished. For example, if there are no regular inspections, guards might mistreat inmates without anyone finding out. It happens. One time I've caught someone, and I wrote a statement. I'm a discipline officer, so I instructed someone, inspector, to write it for me. I wrote it already, but under his name, he signed it, and I charged him. And he came to the office. Me sorry. That is not the way to. And then I explained him about the human rights, Nelson Mandela's rule. These are the things that you need to know. It's not your problem, it's not my problem. It's department's problem that which you don't know this because you are not having a repressor course. So anyways, from here onwards, when you want duty, don't do it again. Now, human rights law come up, which you don't know. Okay. So that's why we need to have someone who can be in charge of oversighting all these illegal activities. Okay. Cultural factors. Cultural views on punishment and authority can sometimes support abusive practices in prisons. For example, in some cultures, harsh punishment is seen as normal, which can lead to more abusive treatment of inmates. As we know, we have a manpower shortage, and sometimes when there is the number of inmates are big, more, and the officers are less. So the officers are split on a shift basis. So maybe 6 officers is equivalent to 300 inmates. So they can override these 6 officers.
Right.
But it's common sense and logic that you can apply that force. That's understandable. Which it is not right, but just to minimize and ease the situation, well, you have to apply the force. No, if you guys do this, I'll shoot every one of you. Otherwise, cool down. Because 6 is to more than 200 is not logic. So these are reasonable, but in some grounds, it's not that really good. Okay. Inadequate human capital. The correctional service lacks skilled staff to effectively manage rehabilitative and handle specific tasks for inmates. Example, without trained psychologists, a prison might struggle to provide proper mental health support to inmates. That is one of the important agenda that need to be addressed as of today. We need like when it comes to recruitment, it's not about getting grade 12 alone. Like a nursing college, like a technical school, someone who is doing final year, we can recruit them. Sending them grade 12 to technical school is waste of time and a resource. So we can recruit these people with their special skills that they are gaining in the institution. That will help us to minimize the cost, and then we will put them into a respective area so that they can focus on one area alone. That will help the rehabilitative program. Like mental health is one of the important agenda that we need to address properly. In every institution, we need to have mental health officers and a probation officer as well. It reminds me, we need to well train the probation officers to minimize and to address the overcrowding. We need to have a well qualified probation officer. He or she must know the language to write and speak. When we have this, we will reduce the overcrowding, because he or she knows how to write a probation report. Because civilians at the welfare office in the town, sometimes they don't turn up in the prison. So when we have those people well qualified, they will help us to do their job and then bring it to the welfare office to summarize our papers, then bring it to the probation committee for discussion and release on parole and license and all these things. Okay, causes. Systematic issues. Corruption in the public sector affects correctional facilities, creating a culture where wrongdoing goes unpunished. For example, if government officials are corrupt, prison guards might also feel they can get away with taking bribes. See, Ed Bagrab na tail na modwane. Saying tok and come up with banis kalabus. Okay, resource constraints. Limited budgets means poor facilities, lack of training, and weak oversight, leading to more abuse and corruption. Straightforward. Example, without enough money, prisons might not have proper security systems, making it easy for guards to mistreat inmates without being caught. If we have a CCTV set up in the prison settings, the commanding officer can sit in his office and observe what is happening in the prison cell. And that could be more, leveraging of technology could be more important. But since this is not happening, nobody knows what's happening in the compound. That's why corruption and inmate abuse is high. Cultural norms, cultural beliefs about punishment authority can clash with the human rights, making reforms difficult. That's happening. Cultural issues. Ngoroka is overpopulated, Ngoroka town, and Bute's inmate is mixture of Papua, not only Eastern Islands, Mamase, Papua New Guinea is there. That is where the cultural issues there, and leading to corruption and inmate abuse. Political instability and changes of correctional service senior management. See, it's happening. Frequent changes in political leadership and senior management disrupt the operations of correctional facilities. Exactly. If a new correctional service minister is appointed every year, it can lead to inconsistent policies and practices in prison. Exactly. So we are observing it every day. Mechanistic hierarchical and operational structure. The rigid structure of the correctional system causes delays in handling disciplinary issues, leading to a blockage of court cases. For example, if a complaint about a guard's misconduct takes months to reach senior management, it can result in unresolved issues filing up. Like, I'm a discipline officer. Although Clarem case na miwo Clarem go on. I'm 30 plus. But in this case, the decisions they did was not sound. Yes. These are the problems. And then I claimed my discipline officer's allowance. No, your case is, you didn't hear handle any, prosecute any case. So you are not supposed to get this allowance. See, having in mind that I've already had, prosecuted some cases. But it is not reaching the office of the Internal Affairs Director. These are some of the problems we are facing. So same thing applies to the other institutions in the country. Because it's patriotism, one dog system. These are the things that is causing corruption. And this is the overcrowding issues. This is inside beauty. It's supposed to be 30 people. So I say them 20 or something, they are sleeping. 40 plus they are sleeping in one cell. And the other one is same. This one, the mosquito nets are hanging around. So I believe the other institutions in the country might be the same. Not might, but it's the same. Propose solutions. Enhancing legal and institutional frameworks. Strengthening legislation. Amend the Correctional Service Act to include stricter penalties for abuse and corruption and ensure better protection for inmates. That's proposed solutions that I propose. Number 2, establishing independent oversight bodies. Create independent bodies to oversee the activities of correctional facilities, ensuring accountability and transparency. Improving resource allocation. Increase funding. Advocate for increased funding for the correctional services to improve facilities, provide better training for staff, and implement a comprehensive rehabilitation program. Straightforward. Partnership with NGOs. Form partnership with non-government organizations to supplement resources and provide additional oversight and support for inmates. That doesn't include only NGOs, but including the government agencies like our JICA sitting here. Foreign affairs is right there. Like lately I found out that foreign affairs, they usually offer some training and programs like that as well too. So we need to look at those things as well. Promoting a rehabilitative environment, comprehensive rehabilitative programs, create programs based on research that helps inmates with their mental, social, and educational needs. Example, a program that offers counseling, job training, and education classes to help inmates prepare for life after prison. Regular training for staff, provide ongoing training for correctional officers on human rights, ethical behavior, and the best ways to manage inmates. Example, monthly workshops where officers learn about respecting inmates' rights and how to handle difficult situations without using force. When we provide the best training for the officers will give the best training to the inmates. Leveraging of technology, digital monitoring system, use digital tools to monitor what happens inside correctional facilities, make sure everything is transparent and accountable. Installing cameras in common areas to record interactions and ensure that both staff and inmates follow the rules. Yeah, I believe in Bowman, camp must have the CCTV, but others I don't think so. Online reporting mechanism, set up online system where inmates and staff can report abuse and corruption without revealing their identity. Anonymous. Example, an anonymous online form that inmates can use to report if they are being mistreated by a guard. If I were the commander, I would have made a box and welded it inside the prison set, the cell. And I would advise the prison. And I will have the lock and I keep myself. And I will lock it and create a hole there. If any officers coming here and causing any corruption or whatsoever, note it and you put it in this box. And key must be with me. And whoever inmates report that. And every week or every Monday I will get those things and say, oh, this guy is wearing this. Then it is easier to observe. But this is not happening as we are talking. This is beauty. It's a rotten perimeter fencing. And a tower there. And where we need to set up some cameras for observation. Integral human resource development. Career development pathway. Create a clear plan for correctional officers in PNG to receive specialized training based on what the institution needs. That is one important. If a prison needs more officers training mental health support, the career pathway would include courses and certification in that area. Continuous training. Provide ongoing training to improve the skills of all correctional officers, especially since many are nearing retirement and there are few with advanced degrees. Example, regular workshops and courses to help officers learn new skills and in higher qualification like degrees or postgraduate certificates. Comparing to defense, they have a very good the geopolitical relationship with the overseas. And when it comes to courses, they usually go. And these are some of the things that we need to observe and ask. They will work with us. No, you guys do this and that, then follow this procedure. And then you guys will do this. So these are some of the things that we need to learn from them as well. Selected key topics: security management and risk assessment. PNG Correctional Services needs to improve how they manage security and assess risk. So the KCCP program will teach them advanced methods of gathering intelligence, assessing risk, and managing security. These methods can help make correctional facilities safer. Example, imagine a prison where guards use new techniques to gather information about potential threats. They regularly assess risk, like the possibility of an escape, and take steps to prevent it. This makes the prison much safer for everyone. Operational efficiency and resource optimization. KCCP program will share best practices in managing operations, helping PNG Correctional Services to make the process more efficient and use their resources better. This will make the facilities run more smoothly and effectively. Example, think of a prison that adopts new ways to manage its daily operations. They might recognize staff duties to ensure everyone is working there where they are most needed, or they might use new software to track supplies more efficiently. This leads to smooth operations and better use of resources. Rehabilitation programs and inmate reintegration. PNG Correctional Service can create comprehensive rehabilitative programs that meet the needs of inmates and help them rejoin society. The program will provide proven methods for designing and running these programs. imagine a prison where inmates participate in educational and vocational training programs. And these programs help them learn new skills and prepare for life after release, make it easier for them to find jobs and avoid returning to crime. Crisis management and emergency response. KCCP program will offer training in handling crisis and responding to emergencies, which is essential for managing an unexpected situation in correctional facilities. FNC Correctional Service can develop detailed crisis response plans and practice them regularly to ensure they are ready for any emergency. For example, think of a prison that has a clear plan for what to do in case of a fire or a riot. The staff regularly practice those. These plans through drills, so everyone knows exactly what to do to keep themselves and the inmates safe during an emergency. When we have rehabilitative programs that will be designed specifically for various age groups with respect to various offenses committed, unlike previous practices where the rehabilitation programs are generalized, this time it will be more specific. Conclusion. It's all about enhancing legal frameworks, improving resource allocation, promoting a rehabilitative environment, and leveraging technology will contribute to creating a safer and more human correctional system in Papua New Guinea. With the support and insights gained from KCCP or JICA or UNFA program, we can transform our correctional facilities into places of hope and rehabilitation. By addressing these critical issues, we will not only improve the lives of inmates, but also strengthen the overall safety and integrity of our society. Together, we can build a brighter future for everyone to involve. Any question? No question, then I am very thankful for the chance to join this amazing program. Thank you, UNFA, JICA, and JICA, for your generous support. Your efforts to promote international cooperation and knowledge sharing are truly appreciated. To my fellow participants, thank you for your sharing, your experiences, and engaging in great discussions. The connections we have made and the insights we have gained are priceless. Together, we have built a network that will continue to inspire and support us in the future. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the FNCCS, CSAT members, training wing, Beauty Commanding Officer, and board ranking files to assist me in making this overseas training trip possible. I think that's all.
Mr. Taraki, thank you for the